Welcome. We have Lauri Chrzanowski here with Stonehouse Urban Winery and C&O So Tasty Coffee, Tea, and Ice Cream. And I got to tell you, I'm excited to share this second episode with you today because this is what's coming to Williamsport. And I know it's been a long time coming, but there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. But having Laurie here today will kind of get you up to speed and knowing what is happening. So, Laurie, it's great having you join us here at the Dugout. And you're a busy lady, but a wonderful and successful entrepreneur. And I'm happy to share you with our town. So I would
Thank
love
you.
to hear how you got started as an entrepreneur and what brings you here today.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I'm very excited to be part of it. We got started as an entrepreneur, my husband and I. My husband was deployed in Iraq, and I was working as a senior forensic paralegal in about my 28th, 29th year in that field. I say doing my best work on other people's worst day. And it comes a point where you want to pivot. So now I get to say I do my best work while others play. And while he was deployed, we needed to do some financial investing. I don't know what I don't know, and I'm pretty transparent about that. And our financial investor was telling us we needed to invest in real estate. I'm like, I don't know anything about that. He's like, well, what about stocks? I'm like, that's my brother-in-law. I don't know anything about that. He's like, well, what's something you like? And I get to this point where I get a little smart alecky, and I'm like, I like wine. And he's like,
Who
great,
doesn't, right?
we can work with that. What about a small winery that you like and invest there? And I was like, really? You can do that? And he's like, yeah, it's your money. You can do that. So I was a big fan of Laurie Dixon and how she made her wine up here in Hagerstown and talked with her and we invested. And then as I got to that point when my husband got back, where I wanted to pivot away from what I was doing and do something different, they took me on and I became the managing partner and have been pivoting the Stonehouse.
Boy, I know you did not have that in your plan at some point. It was from a paralegal
Mhm.
to, oh, I love wine. And now you're in
Yep.
the wine
Yep.
industry.
And I do joke that business is a crime scene. You just process it. And there really are a lot of similarities.
Yeah. You know what? That's a good way to put it.
It,
But
yeah.
but at the same time, as a business owner myself, there's nothing more rewarding in working in something you have so much passion and
Mhm.
love for. That's when you are not working. You're just
Exactly.
doing what you love, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And while I was raising our sons, I worked with the Disney company. So I had a lot of guest service experience and have just had a lot of I worked with a nonprofit for a number of years. So I had a lot of different ingredients in my resume that you just turn them. If you can do that for other people when you're doing it for yourself, it's just
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
So you mentioned Laurie Dixon. Laurie Dixon is excellent at what she does. So you found the right partner in that. So tell us how you started in Hagerstown, correct?
Yes, we did.
And
Yes.
then you've really involved and branched out. So tell us a little bit how that growth occurred and how you ended up in Williamsport.
Absolutely. We've had a wonderful journey. Lori is our founding partner. She is retired, semi-retired. She loves festivals. So we started doing festivals throughout the state of Maryland and found that our wine was really well received. So we really enjoy festival season. And with that, so we started wholesaling. And so we're in several different restaurants and we're coming to some liquor stores throughout the area. We've been taking it slow because everything is hand bottled, hand labeled. So there's a lot that comes with that, trying to keep up with still doing it that way and having the quality. So we have so our Shank Farm location, we moved from there because we were just at capacity up to the incredible opportunity we got up at Fort Ritchie. So we're now in the tap room up there. We have the top secret tap room because we had a lot of people asking us, well, do you have beer? Do you have liquor? Do you have food? So we're now able to check those boxes. We're looking for our tasting room to open in the castle. So we're very excited about that. And then as we get our get a little bit settled there, then we'll be able to come into Williamsport and have a tasting room and a coffee house, which is just a really great combination
It is a great
there.
combination, and I'm excited about that because
Yeah.
in the morning and even in the evening, you have coffee. And
Mhm.
summertime when it's hot, how can you say no to ice cream, right?
Right.
I mean, you just can't. And I know there's a lot of people that drink tea as well, and I see that at
Mhm.
my B&B. People from all over the world, especially if they're European, they want their tea. Um, but then, the wine. I've had your wine, and I know Laurie has been in Williamsport at some of the events, and
Mhm.
they've had their tastings of their wine with Stonehouse Urban Winery, and it's excellent. So if you haven't had a chance to try Stonehouse Urban Wine, you need to do that. And they will have tastings back in our town soon. Um, so yeah, there's an exciting opportunity to bring into our town
Mhm.
because that is something that brings people together, socialize,
It
and
does.
relax and talk, and it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
So Stonehouse Urban Winery will be going in 19 North Conicachig Street, and so tasty coffee, tea, and ice cream is actually next door at 21 North Conicachig Street. So they're side by side, kind of will flow together. And
Mhm.
they're in the back of the building, there will be an area outside where
Mhm.
you can drink your coffee, eat your ice cream, or have some wine. I mean, how exciting is that? I'm looking
Mhm.
forward to that. So tell us a little bit about your vision for all of this.
Mhm. Yeah, Williamsport is such an amazing area, and we love history. So we tend to go to areas where there's history. Like at Fort Ritchie, there is so much history being at a former military base. So there's such a revitalization there. What the Ritchie Revival is doing, bringing community and collaborators. And if you look at it realistically, isn't that what Williamsport is doing? Bringing
Absolutely.
community together and collaborators. And Williamsport has such history as well. It was considered originally for the nation's capital, and the Ortho Holland Williams was George Washington's good friend. And there used to be a distillery on the original property at Springfield Manor that Mount Vernon is believed to be based on. So there was, I can imagine this original love of distilling and liquor making and stuff, which is a lot similar to what wine is.
Correct.
And so there's a lot of conversation over just sipping and talking and pairing. And I think that's one of the most amazing things about wine is just the conversation.
Oh, absolutely.
And then in the morning, since we've all got work to do, you just have that conversation over caffeine and just
Right
exactly
there.
and a good mug because then you have the all the sayings that get you through the day and stuff like that and just the conversation over a good beverage and then because who doesn't love ice cream and
That's what I said.
and
Yeah.
all the toppings,
Right.
so it's just to bring that history. And then with the C&O Canal, which one of the things I find so fascinating about this area being the halfway point is there's so many national parks, but running right through Williamsport is one of the biggest based on miles.
Absolutely.
And it's
Absolutely.
right here.
Absolutely. And with the CNO Canal headquarters down here,
Hmm.
and it is the halfway point. And
Yeah.
I know at my bed and breakfast and all, we see cyclists coming through the whole year. And of course, there's peak season, but they have to stop in Williamsport.
Yeah.
It's just the length of it and the timing of it where they have to stop. So I know you're going to benefit from that. I'm excited for you to go. Tell me, I know you have wines
Hmm.
and I know you have coffee and ice cream, but tell me some of the exciting flavors or processes that you have for the wines and for the coffee. Because, I think coffee is one of those things where you smell it, you watch it being made, an espresso machine and all that. But the wine side of it, tell us some key products that you're excited to carry and to share with
Hmm.
everybody.
One of the things that my son Matthew is and his wife Mackenzie are our winemakers,
Family
and
business all the way.
their love of it is just their attention to detail and how they do it with the science and process of it is just it is fascinating, and we like to they just the science, the attention to detail. My personal favorite part is the naming of the wines. I really love a good pun. I love a good play on words. And we had renamed our Chardonnay, and I was playing some games with my husband and Stephen Stitley and Mary Beth, friends of ours, and we were just joking, trying to come up with a name. And I just jokingly was like, we should go with I Sharded. And literally that's what and we were drinking wine at the time, and because technology allows you to just send that email right away, I went ahead and did it, and that literally has made that one of our biggest sellers
It's
because
branding.
it tastes amazing. But then that name, and then we market it as a groomsman's gift and Father's Day gifts. You put it in a gift basket with a roll of toilet paper, some poopery, a crossword book, and it's for the man who has everything, but you know what he smells like. And it literally, we have bridal parties come in when they don't know what to get groomsmen, and they get them I sharded, and then they get the bridesmaids are everything happens for a Riesling. And they're like, this is
Perfect.
wonderful. And it's just,
So,
so sometimes just playing with the names, because people shop for wine based on taste. And when they can taste our wine, they love it. But when you can't, you're looking in the liquor store at all the names,
yes.
that one stands out.
Absolutely, and that's the key to marketing and branding is the
Hmm.
name. Because I could tell you how many times you go into a great liquor store or a wine shop and
Yeah,
you're looking and you don't know you
right.
just know you need something, but you start looking at the labels or the names, and you
Yeah,
know what? I love that name. Gotta have it,
exactly. And
and
you get
it's a
right.
conversation piece.
Yeah,
People start laughing before they even try it,
yeah, yeah.
and so that's awesome. I'm
Yeah.
glad you renamed them. That's
Yeah,
perfect.
it's really been a fun one. Yeah. Yep.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit about the coffee side. I know that's kind of new for you. You're going from wine
It
to coffee.
is.
So how are you attacking that from a business
Well,
side?
it's a learning process. So we're learning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. And that's what we're doing. We're learning.
And I know you're learning from some experts in that industry and how to use the machines and your blending and your
And they
beans.
are laughing at me the whole time, because they were showing the machine and how to use it and all that. Like the espresso machine's massive, and
Oh
you have
yeah.
to weigh it and pound it, and like the coffee and all that. And so he makes it and shows me, and he's like, and the machine's like $20,000 to start and all that. And he was like, well, do you have any questions? And I said, yes. He goes, okay. I said, this is the one that makes the little cups? And he's like, yeah. I said, well, then how much is it for the big cup machine? And he just busted
Did
out
not laugh.
laughing. He goes, we have a lot of work in front of us. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah,
But that sounds exciting though. It's challenging, exciting, opened up your eyes. But
yeah,
I'm excited to see what you bring in that town because I know everything you all do is top notch. And
yeah.
so that will be exciting to see. I know she's not going to give all the secrets just yet. It's coming. So is there anything else that you have to share about this that I don't know about yet? For
Well, I'm still trying to learn how to get to the big cups. So
okay.
I can't share much. I'm still learning.
Yes. Okay. So that is with Lauri Chrzanowski, the Stonehouse Urban Winery, and C&O So Tasty Coffee, iced tea, ice cream, and tea. So pleasure having you here with us on the
Thank you.
Dugout. I'm excited to see you in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you.